Today, we'll be diving into the latest updates for the black and gold team, particularly focusing on the recent scheduling announcements and what they mean for the upcoming season. One of the most significant pieces of news is that the team will face off against the Minnesota Vikings in Dublin during week 5, their showspurt week for the season. This match has been eagerly anticipated for quite some time, and now it's finally confirmed that the Vikings will be the opponents. Although there were rumors of other possible opponents, the confirmation of the Vikings as the team for week 4 solidifies the international aspect of this game, and fans are understandably excited about it. The timing of this game is critical, and it adds a unique element to the season, making it even more interesting. Along with the announcement of the Vikings game in Dublin, there's also the news that the team will be taking their bye weekend. Week 5 of the season. This is an intriguing development because on the one hand, having a bye week so early can allow the players to rest and regroup, especially after what could be a physically taxing game in Ireland. On the other hand, an early break in the season can present some potential challenges. One of the biggest concerns is that the team may experience a certain level of fatigue as they approach the playoffs. The extended gap between the early bye week and the start of the postseason could result in the team losing some of the momentum that might be crucial during a late season run. That said, the silver lining is that the early break could also be a great opportunity for the coaching staff to evaluate the team's performance and make necessary adjustments before the grind of the season takes its toll. The impact of an early bye week isn't purely theoretical either. Looking at the past, teams that have taken their break early in the season have used it as an opportunity to recalibrate and make adjustments. For example, a team that won the Super Bowl last season had a similar situation, where they didn't truly hit their stride until after their early bye week. This allows the coaching staff and players to step back, assess the weaknesses that have emerged in the first few weeks, and refine their strategies to better compete going forward. However, it's also worth noting that teams coming off early bye weeks may face fatigue issues later in the season, especially if they're not able to perform at their peak level once the playoffs are around the corner. While these elements are all important to consider, the bigger question is how the team will handle the overall schedule, including primetime games. There's been a lot of speculation about how many games the team will secure in primetime, especially since they don't currently seem like a team poised for heavy national attention. With a quarterback expected to start but only one major receiving threat on the roster, there are many uncertainties surrounding the offense. Additionally, there are questions about the participation of some key players, and while rumors swirl, no definitive answers have emerged yet. This leaves a lot of questions hanging over the team's chances of getting primetime matchups. Given these uncertainties, there are legitimate concerns about whether the team will get as many high-profile games as other teams with bigger names on their rosters. Last season, we saw how the New York Jets, despite their struggles, got regular appearances in prime time thanks to the anticipation surrounding a potential superstar acquisition. It remains to be seen if the Steelers will experience the same treatment this season, as many are wondering whether the NFL will take a more cautious approach. With a major player expected to start at quarterback and only one top receiver on the roster, it's not clear whether the league will risk scheduling the Steelers for numerous primetime games, or whether they'll take a more conservative approach. There's also the issue of whether the Steelers will get the same number of marquee games as they did in previous years, or if the league will adopt a more cautious strategy, only offering a handful of primetime slots. This issue will likely become clearer once the full schedule is announced. There's a real possibility that the Steelers will end up with a modest number of primetime appearances, especially given the current uncertainty about the team's offensive firepower. However, it's important to recognize that regardless of the primetime situation, the team will be working to fine-tune its roster and focus on improving in key areas, which should help them later in the season when the playoff hunt begins. Now, turning our attention to Asante Samuel Jr., the free agent cornerback, it's been a point of curiosity for many fans as to why he hasn't yet signed with a new team. Many had expected him to have been picked up by now, but various reports have pointed to a medical issue that has delayed his decision. Samuel underwent neck surgery during the offseason, which has caused him to delay signing with any team until he receives medical clearance. He's expected to have a follow-up consultation in July, at which point he can resume conversations with interested teams. Although Samuel has already visited the New Orleans Saints, it appears he's keeping his options open and exploring potential fits with other teams as well. Samuel is widely regarded as one of the top cornerbacks available in this year's free agent class, and his delay in signing with a team is certainly intriguing. However, it's clear that his health is the top priority at the moment, and he's waiting to be cleared medically before making a commitment to any team. According to reports, Samuel will undergo another medical evaluation in early July and, assuming he's given the green light, will likely enter talks with several teams that have expressed interest. There's also speculation that the Pittsburgh Steelers remain a serious contender for his services, and they'll likely be keeping a close eye on his progress. If Samuel is cleared and his health checks out, he could be a great addition to the Steelers secondary, where he could play a significant role. His versatility, which allows him to play both inside and outside, makes him a valuable asset, and it would be a huge boon for the Steelers if they could land him. While Samuel's future remains uncertain, the Steelers have clearly shown interest in him, and the team's need for a reliable cornerback makes him an appealing target. However, Samuel's preference to play on the outside rather than in the slot could complicate things. While the Steelers could offer him an outside role, it seems that other teams may also be in the mix, making the situation even more competitive. If the Steelers are truly interested in Samuel, they may have to work out a deal that meets both his needs and their budget. Additionally, there are questions about how much the team is willing to pay for a cornerback, especially when they might look to other options as well. It's possible that the team could bring in a slot cornerback like Mike Hilton or someone else to shore up the defense without committing to a player like Samuel. As much as the Steelers might want to bring Samuel on board, they need to balance their cap situation and ensure they are making the right moves to strengthen their roster overall. The pursuit of Samuel will likely depend on his medical clearance and the team's ability to fit him under the salary cap. But with several teams vying for his services, the Steelers may need to act quickly if they hope to land him. Switching gears to another key story involving Cam Hayward, the captain of the Steelers, who recently discussed a trade involving George Pickens. Hayward was clearly surprised by the trade, as he expressed his disbelief about Pickens moving to a rival team. During a recent podcast, Hayward reflected on the move, acknowledging that the trade would benefit both teams, especially with the Steelers acquiring a third-round pick while the rival team gained a talented receiver. Hayward was optimistic that the team would soon address their need for a wide receiver, and he made it clear that he was confident the general manager would take action to bolster the receiving corps in the coming weeks. As Hayward mentioned in his podcast, the Steelers are clearly looking to strengthen their offense, and acquiring a new receiver is high on their list of priorities. With Pickens now in a rival uniform, the Steelers will need to find someone who can step up and contribute immediately, and Hayward's confidence in the team's management suggests that they're actively exploring options to improve. There's no doubt that the Steelers will be looking to make another move at the receiver position, and with several options on the market, it's just a matter of time before the team makes their next move. Hayward's comments are a sign of the team's willingness to improve, and his optimism shows that there's a belief within the organization that they can make the necessary adjustments to remain competitive in a tough division. The team is working hard to ensure that they are in the best position to compete for a Super Bowl in the 2025 season, and it seems that the trade of Pickens will be a catalyst for further roster changes as the team works toward its ultimate goal. The moves that are made in the coming weeks will play a significant role in determining the team's chances for success. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a bold and unprecedented move that has sent shockwaves through the NFL, the Pittsburgh Steelers have secured the biggest signing in franchise history: Tyreek Hill. The electrifying wide receiver, widely regarded as one of the most dangerous offensive weapons in the league, is set to don the black and gold, marking a new era for the storied team. Hill, known for his blistering speed and game-changing plays, brings a level of explosiveness that the Steelers' offense has not seen in years. After years of relying on strong defenses and a traditional ground-and-pound style, This acquisition signals a dramatic shift in strategy. With Hill stretching the field, Pittsburgh now boasts a true deep threat capable of turning any play into a touchdown. The deal itself underscores the Steelers' commitment to winning now. General Manager Omar Khan called the move a statement of intent, emphasizing that the organization is no longer content to merely compete. It wants to dominate. Hill's arrival pairs him with rising quarterback talent and a solid offensive line, forming a trio that has the potential to wreak havoc on opposing defenses. Fans in Pittsburgh have reacted with a mix of shock and elation. For a franchise known for its conservative approach to free agency, landing a superstar of Hill's caliber represents a major departure from the norm. But given Hill's track record, including multiple Pro Bowl selections and a Super Bowl ring, the risk is one the Steelers appear more than willing to take. Critics may question the price tag or how Hill's personality will mesh with the Steelers' locker room culture, but there's no denying the impact he could have on the field. His presence forces defenses to account for him on every snap, opening up opportunities for the run game and other receivers. More than just a playmaker, Hill brings a swagger and confidence that could reignite the Steelers' championship ambitions. As training camp approaches, all eyes will be on how quickly Hill integrates into the Steelers' system. If the transition goes smoothly, Pittsburgh could quickly become one of the most feared offenses in the NFL. One thing is certain, with Tyreek Hill in the fold, the Steelers have sent a message. They're all in, and they're aiming high. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.